entire AMO membership for the opportunity to speak with you today. And to Robin Jones, congratulations on your incoming team. I deeply appreciate the many ways our municipal partners are helping us build healthier, stronger communities across Ontario. When I speak with municipal leaders, substance abuse, mental health, and supportive housing are consistently top-of-mind issues raised. I've also heard that the status quo of drug consumption sites is not working. Parents are worried about discarded needles that their children could pick up. Some parents no longer feel comfortable sending their children to the local elementary school or have pulled them out of their local daycare. Businesses and communities are concerned about disruptive behavior that increases crime around drug consumption sites that impact their communities. Just last year, for example, compared to the rest of the city, there was a 113% increase in reports of assault near these sites in Toronto. Violent crime was up 146% near Ottawa's Somerset site, and homicide was 450% higher near Hamilton's urban core. We also know that the cycle of addiction is not being broken by using drug consumption sites. We need to do more to support a journey into treatment and recovery, to keep communities safe, and to address the tragic impact of substance abuse, drug overdoses, and opioid-related deaths have in our communities. It feels like every day we turn on the news and learn more about the tragic outcome of an approach that accepts and promotes the use of illegal drugs over treatment and recovery. You don't need to tell me about British Columbia's recent decisions to end its dangerous experiment with so-called safe supply and rampant drug use. Closer to home, safer supply drugs are being diverted and sold in the black market in London. Residents near Ottawa sites are concerned about the drug-related crimes in their community. And in Toronto, there's been numerous stories of altercations, stabbings, shootings, and even a homicide in the vicinity of these sites. Our first priority must always be protecting our communities, especially when it comes to some of our most innocent and vulnerable, our children. The parents the Premier and I talked to are desperate for more to be done. That's why we will ban drug consumption sites within 200 meters of schools and childcare centers. We will be introducing new measures to enhance public safety for any remaining sites, including stronger safety and security plans, policies to discourage loitering, improved community engagement, and conflict de-escalation. At the same time, we will be introducing new measures that will prohibit any new CTS site from opening or participating in federal so-called safer supply initiatives. These measures are just part of the solution. We must also ensure that those struggling with addiction challenges receive the support they need, including access to supportive housing while maintaining public safety. Individuals deserve support, resources, and the opportunity to recover and thrive. Most of all, they deserve our compassion and our unrelenting commitment to help them in their journey to recovery. Thank you. It is why today we are announcing an investment of $378 million to establish 19 new homelessness and addiction recovery treatment hubs, or HEART hubs, across Ontario. The new HEART hubs build on our roadmap to wellness and the successful hub model by taking next steps to shift addiction care towards a model that emphasizes recovery, treatment, and community safety. Learning from early adopters, like the City of London, these hubs provide a comprehensive and coordinated approach to treatment, including primary care, integrated mental health and addictions care, social services and employment support, increased availability for shelter beds and supportive housing, and other supplies and services, including naloxone, on-site showers, and food. I want to be clear, they will not provide safe supply, supervised drug consumption, or needle exchange programs. The province will launch a call for proposals later this month to establish up to 10 heart hubs, welcoming community and municipal applications. In addition, the 9 publicly funded drug consumption sites within the 200-meter zone will be given the opportunity to transition into a heart hub and will be prioritized as part of the application process. This is part of our commitment to avoid gaps in care. As community leaders, you know what works best in your neighborhoods, meaning each hub will be unique with wraparound services tailored to regional needs. Heart hubs will add up to 375 supportive housing units, alongside addiction recovery and treatment beds, helping thousands of people transition to more stable, long-term housing. I want to thank the many municipal leaders who have engaged with us over the past several months, advocating for exactly this kind of community-oriented solution. Together, these new heart hubs and strengthened safety measures will better connect vulnerable people to comprehensive, evidence-based support while keeping our communities safe. Heart hubs are one of the many investments we've made to build a healthcare system that supports those dealing with mental health and addictions challenges. Through our Roadmap to Wellness, we are investing $3.8 billion over 10 years to fill gaps in mental health and addictions care, create new services, and expand existing programs. As part of our 2024 budget, we allocated an additional $396 million to continue improving access and expanding mental health and addiction services. Our investments are connecting people with the right care closer to home, including $124 million to create up to 500 more addiction recovery beds and new mobile mental health clinics in communities like Prince Edward County. $152 million for supportive housing to assist those facing homelessness while experiencing mental health and addictions challenges. And we're also investing $19 million to expand our network of youth wellness hubs, with 10 new hubs adding to the 22 that have opened under Premier Ford in every corner of Ontario, such as right here in Ottawa, in Peel Region, in Windsor, in Kenora, and in Sudbury. My colleague, Minister Calandra, is investing over $650 million in the Homelessness Prevention Program and $41.5 million for the Indigenous Supportive Housing Program. And we've been supporting 100 mobile crisis response teams in communities across Ontario, where mental health professionals partner with police to respond to mental health calls, and we know it's working. As always, Ontario will continue to partner with you as we implement the new homelessness and addiction recovery treatments and better support to people on their journey to recovery and wellness. Thank you. Stay well.
Thank you, Minister Jones. Please welcome the Minister of Infrastructure, the Honourable Kinga Surma.
Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure for me to be on stage with you and see all of you today. Before I get started, I want to congratulate AMO on their 125th anniversary. Woo! That's 125 years of building strong, thriving communities across our province. That is a remarkable achievement that you should all be very proud of. Can you believe that Ontario's population was just over 2 million when AMO's first meeting was held in Hamilton in 1899? Today, we're around 16 million. And in a little over 2 decades, Ontario's population is expected to rise to over 21 million. We know that Ontario's infrastructure must be upgraded to keep pace with population growth and ensure a world-class standard of living for the future. It's a tall order, and it requires big thinking and bold action. It also requires courage and conviction from all of us who serve the public. That's why Ontario's plan to build includes the most ambitious capital plan in the province's history, with an investment of more than $190 billion over the next decade to modernize and expand Ontario's infrastructure. That's a generation-defining investment. But our government knows that we can't build Ontario alone. Our municipal partners are essential. We rely on your leadership and advice to provide the best possible support for your communities. That's why being able to speak with you today is so important to me. I want to thank Colin and the entire AMO board for this opportunity. Our government has listened to municipalities. By funding infrastructure, we are removing the largest barrier to building homes for the people of Ontario. We're making a historic investment of more than $1.9 billion to support housing-enabling infrastructure projects across the province. It was with great pleasure that I joined Premier Ford in Mississauga earlier this month to announce an investment of $970 million through the Housing Enabling Water Systems Fund. This ambitious fund lets us work with you to put shovels in the ground sooner and unlock the housing Ontario needs. The funding will support projects enabling the construction of 511,000 new housing units across 60 municipalities. And this is a very important note. $456 million of these dollars were allocated to small, rural, and northern communities. That 511,000 homes is more than a third of our government's 2031 goal. But ultimately, it's the results on the local level that count the most. In Peel Region alone, this funding is helping to deliver nearly 47,000 new homes. We'll be hearing more from municipalities all over Ontario as they announce their projects in weeks to come. And by the way, here, I need to thank Guelph's incredible Mayor, Cam Guthrie. His advocacy has been instrumental in this work, and he's doing an amazing job. Guelph is receiving over $2 million for this infrastructure to support nearly 2,000 new homes. I know Cam is going to do great things in his community. In response to the high demand for this program, we have invested an additional $250 million to launch a second intake. My ministry has been accepting new applications since August 14th and will do so until November 1st. I encourage all eligible municipalities to apply. Let's push ourselves to build more than 511,000 homes. I'd also like to announce that we will be launching the Housing Enabling Core Servicing Intake, which represents an investment of $400 million that will allow municipalities to apply for funding to build, maintain, and repair roads and bridges, as well as any other work needed to unlock lands for redevelopment. And of that $400 million investment, we're allocating $120 million specifically for projects in small, rural, and northern municipalities. I'm pretty excited about it too. With $250 million more for water and $400 million for critical infrastructure, I'm confident that we will reach our goal of building 1.5 million homes across Ontario. We are getting it done together. As we work together to achieve these goals, we recognize that both municipalities and the province face challenges like inflation, supply chain issues, and labor shortages, issues beyond our control. That's why we are working with Infrastructure Ontario to adapt how we deliver our largest P3 projects so that we can stay on track and build hospitals, public transit, highways, long-term care homes, and schools across Ontario. Increasingly, this includes progressive procurement strategies, a more collaborative approach between parties to build very important projects like the Peter Gilgan Mississauga Hospital and the Ottawa Hospital Civic Campus Redevelopment Project. We're also exploring the use of innovative technologies like digital twins. A digital twin is a 3D virtual map of a current or planned infrastructure project. As an example, let's imagine that you're a construction worker on site. Imagine having the ability to see underground infrastructure on a tablet or a phone. Think about how much safer and easier it would be to build and make progress on that project. With these models, we can identify risks before physical work even starts. This technology is already being used in the UK, and our government is studying these applications very closely. Infrastructure Ontario and my ministry are exploring digital twins on 3 complex infrastructure projects: the Eglinton Crosstown West Extension, the Peter Gilgan Mississauga Hospital redevelopment, and my favorite project, the Ontario Place redevelopment project. I look forward to seeing the lessons learned and collaborating with municipalities on strategies for the future. And it is my hope that in the coming months, we will be implementing digital twin technology to build Ontario together. Before I go, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak today. Our government stands ready to help you deliver the critical infrastructure needed in your communities. We are in your corner. It's by working together that we will lay the foundation for a stronger Ontario and create prosperity for generations to come. We should all be proud. Our water program is the most aggressive and effective housing policy in the country. Let's get the job done together. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Surma. I would like to welcome the Honourable Paul Calandra, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, AMO President Colin Best, and AMO Executive Director Brian Rossborough, and the 2024 AMO Youth Fellows to the stage.